All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is October 27th, 2025. This is episode 992 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. Listen, if you want to stay current on the top cyber news stories of the day while also connecting with community and learning about tips, tricks, techniques, some of the best stuff you can do to crush it at your cyber job, whether you're a CISO, an engineer, a SOC analyst, a GRC mafia member, you got it covered here. Everyone who works in cyber has to stay current, and that's what we're doing at the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. On top of that, if you're looking to interview for jobs, you will be asked, how do you stay current? This right here is a banger of an answer. I hope everyone had a great weekend. We are off and running. Let's go. All right. I definitely had a great weekend myself. If anyone's interested, felt like a 3-day weekend wildly. Haven't had one of those in a hot minute. Even 3-day weekends feel short when they're normal, but whatever. This one was special, so let's rock and roll. Guys, I want you to know I didn't prep a research for this show. The top stories we're going to go through, I haven't seen them. I haven't analyzed them. You're going to get my honest initial reactions to all these stories. And together we're going to break them down. My goal is to give you more than just the headlines. Obviously, you can read the headlines on your own. What's the value prop of being here? Well, I'll tell you, I got 20 years of experience, and my goal is to use that knowledge and experience or whatever to look past the headlines and give you additional insights and value that you won't get anywhere else. Obviously, the goal here is to make you as awesome as you can be at cybersecurity, because I love cybersecurity and I love helping people. And when I can marry the two, watch out, everybody. It's going to be on. Now, if today's your first episode, welcome to the party. Episode 992 can be episode number 1 for some people out there. So if it is your first episode, do me a favor. Let us know in chat. Drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Hashtag first timer in chat. We have a special sound effect, a special emote, and we just love welcoming our first timers. For those who are coming to Simply CyberCon, that's just a week away. This time next week, we're going to be high-fiving and drinking coffee with each other and getting ready for a killer day of conference and community. Can't wait for that. That's going to be fun. Every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, including episode 992, is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat, grab a screenshot of it, include the stream title, which has the episode number and date in it, just like DCAMAC002 does. Say what's up, grab a screenshot, file it away. Once a year, you count those screenshots up, and if you do them back in the napkin math, you'll get up to 120 CPEs. Who doesn't like CPEs? Well, actually, I shouldn't say who doesn't like CPEs. Listen, CPEs suck because you're having to maintain your certs. And sometimes if you wait till the last minute, you don't want your cert to expire. So you're cramming to do CPE training, and you're doing training you don't like. Guess what? Just show up, put in the time. Show up, put in the time, and get those CPs. I saw Triple D say, where's the sign up? For what? If you're talking about Simply CyberCon is sold out. I've been screaming for months to register. I had to send in the final numbers for food and seating and all that stuff last week. So we're officially sold out. We got a full house for Simply CyberCon. And I am super pumped. We got over 100 people showing up. We can go bigger next year, but I got to tell you, this year almost killed me. All right, guys. Hey, before we get into it, let me say shout out and love to the stream sponsors, those who enabled me to bring this show to you. Starting with Flare Academy. Did you know that Flare, the threat intelligence company, is awesome, but they're also doing free training for community every month? If you go to simplycyber.io/Flare, it will take you immediately to this site. GRC Mafia, listen up. Bringing order to continuous threat exposure management, CTEM, vulnerability management plus, basically. November 5th, 11 a.m. All you got to do is show up. The price has been waived. Entrance is free. Register now. simplycyber.io/flare. Just show up. Get some experience learning about CTEM. Listen, if you work in GRC currently, if you work in vulnerability management currently, this is gold for you. Come learn about what CTEM is. Spoiler alert, or just a little amuse-bouche to tease you. It's basically, missing patches, right? Obviously, just like vulnerability management, but then misconfigurations and crappy credentials. That's essentially your threat exposure, but it goes way deeper than that. I'm obviously underselling it. Go to simplycyber.io/flare. Register now. You'll be glad you did. Believe that. Threat Locker. Hold on. Who are the sponsors? Barricade. Oh, Anti-Cyber. I don't know why I just blanked out there. James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet.
They just become best friends. Yep.
With the gifted subs. If you're one of the 20 people like Cybersecurity Bear, Chad Green, Angular, Paul Martino, RJ, be sure to check out the emo tray. And thank you, James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. Looking forward to seeing you, James McQuiggan, going trick-or-treating this year. Reliving the glory days of parenthood, going trick-or-treating with my kids. We'll have a fun one. Anti-siphontraining.com. Anti-siphon training is disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by offering high-quality, cutting-edge education for everyone, regardless of financial position. Now, they changed I don't know what they're doing. I feel like Anti-Siphon changes their website. Normally there's normally there is a calendar so you can actually see what's coming up. There it is. Jesus. All right, check it out, guys. Today is October 27th. This Wednesday, October 29th at noon, you still can register to start learning about iPhone mobile application testing. I'm sure this has to do with James says, greetings from Nashville, ISC2 Security Congress. Head to the Low Country on Friday. Guys, listen, if you want to learn about mobile cybersecurity, there's not a lot of great resources out there. This is one of them. Come spend an hour. Get started with iOS mobile app testing, October 29th, Wednesday at noon. Make it an education buffet. Come to this. Go to the Simply CyberCon. It'll be awesome. Go to anticybertraining.com for more information. Real quick, let's hear from Threat Locker, and then we're going to get going. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, Threat Locker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with Threat Locker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust Threat Locker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. Threat Locker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how Threat Locker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com/dailycyber. All right, do me a favor, everyone. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome way. See you guys at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, October 27th, 2025. I'm Steve Prentice. Microsoft Windows Server Update Services vulnerability could allow for remote code execution. Known by its short form as WSUS, this is a tool that helps organizations manage and distribute Microsoft updates across multiple computers rather than requiring every PC to download them individually. A bulletin from the Center for Internet Security states that this vulnerability poses a high risk to large and medium-sized businesses and government organizations, but low risk to home users. It is described as, quote, a critical deserialization of untrusted data vulnerability that may allow an unauthorized attacker to execute code on vulnerable machines by sending a specially crafted event to the WSUS server. No user action is required to trigger it. A link to the bulletin is available in the show notes to this episode.
All right, couple things here. Number one, WSUS, very popular patch management, kind of enterprise patch management, centralized management solution. I was under the impression that WSUS actually went end of life. I feel like we covered this at some point. WSUS has been around since like the early 2000s. Personally, it works for centralized patch management inside Windows environments. You can just push patches to Windows operating systems. In my experience, I don't know if anyone else in chat has ever dealt with this thing. I found WSUS to be woefully frustrating and woefully inadequate. Like, you don't really get any feedback. Like, it just works or it doesn't. And I was always frustrated with WSUS, but I really thought WSUS went end of life. Hold on. Let's see. WSUS was officially deprecated in September 2024, meaning it will receive no new features but continued support. All right. So here's the deal. Over a year ago, and we were right. This is what, by the way, this is why you need to stay current on the top cyber news, right? Like, if you just dabble, if you just stick your finger in the news once in a while, you're going to miss stuff like this. Because we show up consistently, I knew immediately that this thing had gone end of life, and I was trying to figure out what the hell. So if you're still running this a year later, what, like, use this as an opportunity to move on. AdTech says WSUS was terrible. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing. I don't know. It's one of those things, like, on the surface, you're like, oh, WSUS, this is great. One terminal command and I patch all the things. I'm going to eat so many tacos. And then you realize this thing is like, not great. All right. So if you haven't done it already, move on from WSUS. If you're still running it, you got to patch it, basically, right? You got to patch it. Simple. And you can run WSUS multiple ways. Remember, you could have it running on multiple servers that you don't know about. So patching it wherever it needs to be patched is important. Disabling it where you don't need it, important. That is actually getting back to CTEM at Flare. Running services where you don't need them is not a good practice. Thank you, Space Tacos. Tacos and beer. I like that.
Fancy!
I don't like Mexican lagers or that type of Pacificos, Tecates typically. However, when I'm eating tacos, it's perfect. I love tacos with Mexican lager. All right. On a hot day, by the way, not on a cold day. One cool thing that this story did, obviously this is CIS Security's news story. They've actually mapped the remediations to CIS controls and the safeguards under those controls. So you can see this is control 7 in the 7th safeguard in it. If you attended my talk at Wild West Hackin' Fest, I actually gave a talk on CIS 18 and, more importantly, how to execute an audit properly. So this is one of those examples where you can see the mapping of what to do to the remediation. So that's good. All right. Anyways, TLDR, patch your WSUS or get off of it, more importantly.
Fake LastPass death claims used to breach password vaults. LastPass is warning customers of a phishing campaign involving emails that request access to the password vault as part of the LastPass legacy inheritance process. This inheritance process is an emergency access feature that allows individuals designated by account holders, such as family members, to request access to the account holder's vault in case of death or incapacity. When such a request is opened, the account holder receives an email which they must respond to in order to prove that they are actually still alive and in control of the account. If no response is given by the account holder, a waiting period expires and access is granted to the designated contact. In this campaign, attributed to a financially motivated threat group called Crypto Chameleon, the victim is the LastPass account holder who is tricked into clicking the "No, I'm not dead" link, which is a fraudulent page on a spoofed domain that features a login form where the victim can enter their master password. New COVID.
All right. This is interesting. So really quick, LastPass is a password vault solution. Hold on, let me increment the ticker here. Bro. LastPass is a password vault, right? In 2025, I hope you're using a password vault. I try to get everybody I know. I try to get everybody I know on a password vault, i.e., one password, your master password, and then you can store all your other passwords. A lot of Monty Python Holy Grail references in here, or Life of Brian. I think it's Life of Brian, right? Now that's a drink. That's an old, right? Monty Python is old. That's like real old. I'm surprised Monty Python hasn't made a comeback since everything kind of cycles. But actually, you know what? I think I'm missing this, right? Isn't it Will Ferrell in Austin Powers also had that "I'm not dead yet" joke? I feel like both of those. Okay. All right, so check this out. I want to educate everybody here on a quick one, okay? When we talk about cyber attacks, okay? I'm going to take you guys in the Wayback Machine here. I'm feeling old and graybeardy and gather around the campfire, kids, kind of vibes. If you're a squad member, please drop the "more you know" emote, which is also a drink. Okay. Check this out. In the world of cybersecurity, when we talk about risk and we talk about vulnerability, and we talk about basically like exposure and attacks and stuff like that, there's only three things that threat actors can do. Okay. They can attack the human. And I don't mean like judo chop. I mean like social engineer, right? And we see that all the time. Business email compromise, all these things. Even this right here has an element of social engineering in it because they're emailing the legitimate password vault owner who's about to become the victim, right? That's a social engineering attack. So you can attack the human, you can attack the technology, which is also super popular, right? Elite level, next 0 day hacker, bug bounty, pwn to own, black hoodie on, someone called Tyler Ramsby, get him up, right? This is like common. You attack the human, you attack the tech. What people sometimes forget, the other third option, there's three only. The third option is process. You can attack the process. And don't sleep on that one, okay? At its root, this right here is an attack on process. LastPass has a legitimate process designed to allow, someone dies or whatever, you want to get into all their accounts, right? They have a mechanism for that. Threat actors discovered it, and now threat actors are abusing that workflow in order to get you to give them access to your account. So instead of like, you suffer a brain injury and you're, a vegetable like sitting in a bed and you're like not, you have no functional brain activity and your family needs to get into your passwords so they can, whatever, get access to money or access to your final email or whatever, or your photos, right? There has to be a process for that. And the threat actor is basically pretending to be your loved one and getting access. So just know, process, people, and technology is the three dimensions. Also, if you're like, okay, like great point. I'll show you another great example. It's my go-to example of attacking process. He's a member of the Simply Cyber community. He's also a really great person and definitely a great cybersecurity professional. Chris Rock. Chris Rock has a talk, not Chris Rock, the slap Chris Rock. Chris Rock, the Australian cybersecurity professional. He has a talk called...
So it's time for our second...
He has a talk called I Will Kill You. Okay. Come on, Chris. There it is. This right here, I Will Kill You and Birth You by Chris Rock. I'm going to drop this link. This is from DEF CON 2023, which was 10 years ago. Oh my God, dude. I can't believe this was 10 years ago. Attacking process. Okay, here we go. There's a link to that. If you're interested, I'd bookmark it and recommend you check it out. With this one, he basically looked at the process for officially declaring someone dead. And he discovered here, well, you can't really see it because this doesn't show up well on stream, but basically this is the process flow for announcing someone's dead. Chris looked at it, found tons of vulnerabilities in it, basically discovered that he could make anyone dead, right? So there you go.
Attack steals OAuth tokens via Copilot Studio agents. Researchers at Datadog Security Labs have developed a new phishing technique, which they have named
Justin DeJong. Do we drink to that? Sure, drink.
Co-Fish, that is C-O, capital P-H-I-S-H, which uses agents in Microsoft's Copilot Studio to deliver fraudulent OAuth consent requests via legitimate and trusted Microsoft domains. Copilot Studio agents are chatbots hosted on copilotstudio.microsoft.com that users can employ to create and customize workflows called topics, which automate specific tasks. Microsoft says it is taking action to address this issue in future product updates.
All right, hold on. So this uses AI as part of its phishing workflow, but it's not like an AI attack, right? Copilot Studio agents are chatbots hosted on Copilot Studio, Microsoft.com. Agents can be shared by enabling a demo website, and the URL is going to look legit because it's going to say Microsoft.com. All right. Katie Knowles. Katie Knowles, that sounds really familiar. I feel like Katie Knowles is a really well-known cybersecurity professional. Let me see. Datadog is a pretty legit cybersecurity company. I feel like Katie Knowles used to be with like Google or Red Canary, maybe. I might be getting her confused with somebody else, but I'm pretty sure. No, she was at PwC before that. She was at SpaceX. Okay, that's cool. I don't know. I feel like Katie Knowles is a well-known security practitioner researcher. Okay, so anyways, here's the deal. Microsoft's going to fix this. Essentially, what they've done, the researcher has done here, is weaponize the fact that you can create chatbots that are hosted by Microsoft, and they will basically send you to lookalike fake login pages. Classic social engineering, guys. You know, lookalike websites have been around since the web has been around. Okay, remember the .com boom? .com boom. They had phishing pages back then too, right? It's classic. All this is just a new take on a classic attack, using chatbots that are hosted on legit infrastructure and sending you to a lookalike page where then you type in your password and you get screwed. Okay. Cool stuff. I'm glad that Microsoft's fixing the underlying infrastructure. If you are given a talk, many of us give talks on AI. If you're looking to beef up your AI talk, this is another one you can throw in there because this is a bit of a different use case of using AI to help you with attacking threat actors. So anyways, co-fish, go fish, LOL, haha.
UN Cybercrime Treaty signing in Hanoi. Officials from the U.S. State Department joined representatives from 40 countries in Hanoi this past weekend, possibly to sign a landmark UN cybercrime convention. Named the Convention Against Cybercrime, it is described as, quote, a new framework for how law enforcement agencies in different countries coordinate on cybercrime investigations and a way to reduce the number of safe havens for cybercriminals and to help developing nations better protect their citizens from digital crimes, end quote. This policy was adopted after 5 years of negotiation, despite opposition from the world's biggest tech companies as well as human rights advocates concerned about excessive surveillance. Numerous countries have pledged to sign at the ceremony, or maybe later after a more detailed review.
What? All right, so they didn't vote on it. It has been adopted through consensus, yet some countries have not agreed to it, and they're going to further evaluate it. So why? What are we doing here? Like, obviously, the concern here is tech surveillance. If you're interested, my friend Charles Finfrock, he is given multiple talks on tech surveillance and, the like of it. He uses it quite a bit in his own business. People are upset about it, guys. Surveillance state, Big Brother, 1984, Orwellian lifestyle. That's what we're talking about here. I mean, if you look, China's, done a lot of tech surveillance. The UK wildly is really big into tech surveillance. That we're seeing it be rolled out. Have you flown in the last 6 months? You go through TSA, they look at your face, right? 30 to 36 countries are likely to sign this treaty. Dude, the treaty's 5 years old, though. I mean, they've been working on it for 5 years. Tech has changed so much in 5 years. AI didn't even really exist mainstream. Dude, 5 years ago, we were like in the height of COVID, right? That's like how long they've been working on this thing. All right, I'm trying to figure out. Some people are saying that it's a deeply flawed treaty which insufficiently protects human rights and risks undermining cyber. Any countries ratifying the treaty risk actively validating cyber authoritarianism and facilitating global erosion of digital freedoms. I don't know, man. This seems crazy, right? Like, I feel like the UN, I don't know. Is the UN basically like HR for the world, right? HR is not your friend. HR is there to protect the business, not you. It seems like the UN here is like trying to help countries, not citizens of countries. All right, so this convention is going to govern the access and exchange of electronic data to facilitate investigation, and states will have access to a 24/7 network to facilitate. Yeah, I mean, here's my thing, dude. Big picture, whatever. Like, this is all like foo-foo stuff. Like, where's the actual meat of this story, right? Like, I can explain to you what a treaty is and what countries are involved, and we're all going to have access to things, and we're all going to be able to do investigations quick, and we're all going to catch bad guys fast. That doesn't tell you how. That doesn't tell you anything. Like, what's the actual meat of this thing? Okay, so Russia introduced this convention, and then the US and the UK backed it. Okay. I don't know, man. I hate crap like this. I feel like this is a decision that will affect hundreds of millions of people. And it's just like a lot of, I don't know, like friggin' posturing, right? I don't know. I hate to, this doesn't add any value to the stream, so I apologize, but I feel compelled. I feel like this is a bunch of, whatever, like privileged rich kids stopping playing croquet to make a decision that affects everybody, but hardly affects them. And then like everybody feels self-important about, we're doing good stuff here, right? Again, maybe it is a good thing. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating and being simple-minded and obtuse, lacking sharpness and wit. But to me, I don't know. This just irritates me, man.
Huge thanks to our...
Sorry, I feel like this is such a wet blanket story. And the United States said that they're going to have to back it because the only way that they can later add modifications to it is if they're also backing it. Looking forward to Elliot Matisse's talk at Simply CyberCon on geopolitics.
Sponsor, Conveyor. If security questionnaires make you feel like you're drowning in chaos, you're not alone. Endless spreadsheets, portals, and questions, always when you least expect them. Conveyor brings calm to the storm. With AI that autofills questionnaires and a trust center that shares all your documents in one place, you'll feel peace where there used to be panic. Find your security review zen at www.conveyor.com. That is CONVEYOR.com.
All righty. All right. All right, guys, we're at the mid-roll. Thank you all so very much for being here. It definitely lacks the same energy that Simple Minds Don't You Forget About Me. But it is what it is. Guys, thank you all so very much. I want to say thank you for being here. As always, takes a community. You got to show up every day. I want to say thanks to the sponsors, Anti-Siphon, Flare, ThreatLocker, and Barricade Cyber Solutions. Guys, did you know Barricade Cyber Solutions is providing not just different services, but also community services. They are hosting a monthly, I believe, webinar series on Fortify 365. And this particular one coming up on November 5th, so just a few days away, is the 6th session on Microsoft Cloud App Security. You can register right now. Go to webinars.barricadecyber.com and you can register for free and learn from Eric Taylor at 1 p.m. Wednesday, November 5th for, I believe, an hour. So if you're looking to get some education, learn from an industry professional, engage with other like-minded professionals, this is your jam right here. I'm going to drop a link to it. Webinars.barricadecyber.com. Thank you, as always, Barricade Cyber. Don't miss these opportunities, y'all. They are good stuff. All right, check it out. Every single day of the week has a special element. And guess what? Mondays are. Many of you in chat have been the community member of the week. Every single Monday, I like to recognize one member of the community. There's so many of you that are amazing and actively engaged in giving of yourself to others in the community. And I would love to say that this week, many of you know the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. It is a sponsored segment by ThreatLocker, which means ThreatLocker gives me money. And because of that, I turn around and give the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week money in the form of an Amazon gift card or Simply Cyber merch. And by merch, I'm talking t-shirts, sweatshirts, cool gear, stickers. Love it, love it, love it. I'm so happy that ThreatLocker sponsors the Community Member of the Week, so I can do this. But this week, you know him, I know him. He's a regular. He's a great person. Ladies and gentlemen, your Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week, James McQuiggan, at 35,000 feet. Not only is this dude just an absolute positive force of nature, he is the guy who provides 20 gifted subs earlier in this episode. He's the guy who delivers dad jokes consistently for over a year, every single Friday. He gives amazing talks. He's emceeing track 2 of the Simply CyberCon this Monday. He's going trick-or-treating with my kids. This man is a friggin' tour de force. James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet, whether he's at sea level or seat 3B on a Delta, this guy brings the goods. James McQuiggan, thank you so very much for all you do. And if you haven't had a chance to meet James McQuiggan, I got to tell you, you are in for a treat. You still have an opportunity to meet him. There he is in chat right there. My man, great guy, inspiring guy, father, husband, cyber professional, speaker, teacher, author, friend. The man, dude, if he put all of his titles on a business card, you'd have to flip the card over to keep reading. All right, that's James McQuiggan. Let's keep cooking, everybody, shall we? All right, let's go. James, get with me, please, for your prize.
Auger ransomware initiative focuses on supply chain security. Another large summit occurred last week in the same corner of the world, this one in Singapore, hosted by the International Counter-Ransomware Initiative. A particular area of focus was to, quote, raise awareness of the ransomware threat across supply chains, as well as promote good cyber hygiene that will see supply chain vulnerabilities factored into organizations' risk assessments, end quote. According to the record, this year's theme, focusing on supply chain, ties in well with the stories of abuse of the MoveIt file transfer tool, which compromised hundreds of companies in 2023, and the attack this time last year, November 2024, on Blue Yonder, which sells digital supply chain tools to some of the world's largest companies, including Starbucks. Russia's...
All right. Bro. It kills me. God damn it. It kills me, man. Dude, I don't know why things am I taking crazy pills here? Like, why do countries move so slow? Counter ransomware initiative stressing supply chain security. Great. Love it. And they're talking about, oh, this MoveIt attack. Got to keep, did you hear about MoveIt? Did you hear about that 2023 attack from Clop ransomware that took so much data? So much, in fact, that Clop ransomware actually had to delete data because they accidentally stole, Department of Energy, and they were about to get destroyed by the U.S. federal government. Do you remember that one? Guys, supply chain is so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Supply chain is so hot. In fact, you know what? I'm actually giving 2 talks this week. Spoiler alert. Oh, by the way, if this is just a side thing. If you want to not be pro, but check this out. I'm giving the same talk this week. There's a way to scale economies of scale, right? So I tell people all the time you should publicly speak. That's huge value. Ask James McQuiggan. James McQuiggan does this as well. Once you get a talk that's pretty good, you can give it multiple times. For some reason, I used to do 1 shots on talk and then develop a whole new talk. No, you can give the same talk multiple times. And it's okay because you have different audience. And I'm giving a talk this week twice on supply chain security in the state of South Carolina. I'm going to talk to 2 different government entities in the state of South Carolina this week. Talking supply chain. Dude, supply chain is ridiculously hot. In a world where, let me read this like it's a big blockbuster summer movie. In a world where supply chain risk reigns supreme, one GRC Mafia member stands alone. Third-party questionnaire. Wah, wah, wah. Guys.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. Hey, Flitter Fuzz, first timer. Thanks so much, Space Tacos, for the super chat, and thanks for letting me know. Welcome to the party, pal. I love it. Here's the deal. Supply chain's hard because you don't know what your vendors and business people are using, and you don't know where those people got what they used. People import code all the time. People, subcontract to other services. It is wild, dude. Right? It's wild. So it's very difficult to manage this risk. Threat actors know it. So because threat actors know it, they abuse it, right? So if they can look at here's my thing. The MoveIt breach from 2023, dude, if you wanted to be more relevant and more current, how about you reference the Snowflake breach, right? Snowflake data. Hold on. Friggin' SEO. Snowflake data breach. There you go. There's 2024. A little bit more recent, right? AT&T got caught up in this. Ticketmaster, aka Live Nation, got caught up in this. Like there's some examples, right? So whatever. Supply chain risk is hard. I'm glad people are doing things about it. I'll tell you this right now. Software bill of materials is like the holy grail. That is asset inventory is incredibly difficult. A software bill of materials is effectively an asset inventory of the software that makes up the software that you're using. Multiple people have taken a run at it. It is a fool's errand. It's just, I've never seen anyone come close to cracking software bill of materials successfully. All right, let's keep cooking.
Safety agency suffers a DDoS attack. The attack on the agency, Roselkhoznadzor, a government agency under Russia's Ministry of Agriculture, has, quote, disrupted nationwide food shipments by disabling its VetIS and Saturn tracking systems for agricultural products and chemicals. This large-scale DDoS attack started last Wednesday. The agency stated on Telegram that there is, quote, no threat to the integrity or confidentiality of the data processed in their systems, end quote.
Yep.
The attack means, for example, that major dairy and baby food producers suffered hours-long delays as they couldn't issue mandatory electronic veterinary certificates required for shipping meat, milk, and other animal products, end quote.
Okay. But guys, what... Okay. I am practicing breathing exercises here. Okay, two things. One, it sounds great for the news story, but for the cyber pros in the room, for everybody that's got their Sec Plus, you may have noticed they said the system's confidentiality and integrity were not impacted. Rest easy, my friends. Confidentiality and integrity are fine. Okay, it's a denial of service attack, which like almost exclusively when we're talking about network traffic overwhelming type denial of service. You can do denial of service other ways too, right? If I drive my truck into a power station, I can do a denial of service attack on the power to your house, right? And that's not something that comes down if you don't maintain it, right? Like with network traffic. So typically when we say network denial of service, assume network traffic overwhelming until clarified a different way. So yes, it's exclusively an availability attack. Your CIA triad, bust out your CIA triad, blow the dust off of it. Yes, you can say integrity and confidentiality weren't compromised. Sounds good for the media. Number two, on denial of service attacks, you typically need to maintain the network traffic to keep the victim or the target offline. As soon as you stop, the thing comes back online. I always like to reference a fire hydrant. You know how like I've never seen it in real life, but like someone opens a fire hydrant and it's just spraying water and you can't get close enough to it because the water pushes you back. That's a denial of service attack. The second, imagine if the attacker, right? This is the easiest way to visualize it. Imagine a fire hydrant, you're the victim and you got to get to the fire hydrant, but the water's blasting you in the face, so you can't get to it. The threat actor is holding one of those giant, oversized, comically large wrenches, holding the fire hydrant open. And if they let go, the wrench will swing back and the fire hydrant will close. So they're sitting there, their muscles are all tense and they're like, holding the wrench, keeping the fire hydrant open, spraying you. And then finally they let go. Wrench flips, fire hydrant closes, and you can walk right up to the fire hydrant. Now, of course, you're wet, right? What annoys me about this story, no one asked, but I'm going to tell you. What annoys me about this story is that they said our food shipments were disrupted for hours. Hours, bro? Like, I get it. It is disruptive, right? You got trucks waiting. You got things that are expiring on the loading dock. Flights have to be made. I get it. But like hours, dude, hours? Come on. Like, I'm sure, like, when you have to maintain these systems, they go down for maintenance for hours. I don't know. I hate to be like unsympathetic, but hours, dude. Like, you possibly could have gone out for lunch in Russia, right? I don't even know what Russian meals are, right? You could have gone out for a nice lunch and missed the entire attack. That's like hours. Come on, man.
Models may be developing their own survival drive, say researchers. Something we have been anticipating since computers became a thing now seems to be happening. A paper released from Palisade Research last month says that, quote, certain advanced AI models appear resistant to being turned off, at times even sabotaging shutdown mechanisms, end quote. The paper appears at least in part to respond to critics who argued that the company's initial work was flawed. The technologies that resisted commands to shut down include versions of Gemini, Grok 4, and OpenAI's GPT-03 and GPT-5. Of greatest interest, perhaps, is that Palisade offers no clear reason for the resistance, suggesting survival behavior. The researchers pointed out that, quote, models were more likely to resist being shut down when they were told that, if they were, you will never run again, end quote. Making the
Shall we play a game?
Yep. I don't know, guys. I personally, I really, personally, I feel like I am a positive person, and I like to promote positivity, and I like to, you know, this AI stuff, man. I like some of it. I like slide into like a morose, like sad, cynical, downward spiral. I spent like an hour this weekend just like can't stop it. Runaway train. I look at my kids. I'm like, oh my God. Like my kids are 13 and 10. Right. And like this paper. Have you seen this AI 2027 paper? It is doom and gloom. Here's my thing. Like, no country's going to stop working on this thing. It's too valuable. Corporate tech capitalism, they're not going to stop working on it, right? Because it's a race. If OpenAI got concerned and Sam Altman said, we're going to stop working on this because it's dangerous, it's an existential threat. Do you think Anthropic, Grok, whatever China's version's called, do you think they're going to stop? No. So it's a race. Here, my thing is, like, I don't understand why you can't just like, it's not, stop treating it like a human, right? Bake into its learning that it is a machine and it's built to serve. And again, I guess that's going to always be a problem, right? Because people, you know, if they're built to serve people, and me and Space Tacos have a conflict, right? Sorry, Space Tacos. I just needed you for a quick analogy here. Me and Space Tacos have a conflict. How does the AI decide who to serve, right? So it's not as simple. Yeah, I agree with Roswell UK on this one. Roswell UK says LLMs don't think. They're a representation of the training needs. So if an AI looks duplicitous, it's because we are. And that's what we put in the data that trained it. That's my thing, dude. Like, I feel like you can really train these things. Whatever. AI is super powerful. It's just, I really, really hope we don't destroy ourselves. I hate to be so cynical. I'm sorry. But like, I honestly think it's not going to be like Skynet. I think Skynet, great movie, Terminator, cool concept, bro. All those things are fine. But like, dude, AI is way smarter than guns and missiles. You know what I mean? AI, come on. I feel like maybe closer to the Matrix.
case for passphrases. Cybersecurity solutions company Hive Solutions has released its 2025 password table, which displays the relative strengths and weaknesses of various password types. The company's message is clear: passphrases work much better. The unpredictability of unrelated words like carpet, static, pretzel, invoke, with hyphens between each, is now preferable to the traditional 8-character complex password that included punctuation and other symbols. This is largely due to increased computational power paired with the increased sophistication of threat actors. The company is careful to emphasize that no passwords are fully safe and that techniques such as MFA are still required. Some fascinating insights on passwords and password weaknesses are available on its blog. The link is available in the show notes.
All right. I am 1,000% all about this. I have been championing passphrases since 2014, and I want to credit Steve Cardinal, guy I used to work with, for getting me on the passphrase train. Dude, passphrases, like, I use a Bitwarden, right? So it has passphrase generator, and it's like, Pinochle, Tank, James McQuiggan, right? Like, it'll give you 3 or 4 random words and string them together, and that's a passphrase. I would even argue you can do better than that. How about a sentence, right? My password is my passport, right? I know someone just put that in chat as a joke. Imagine if that was your passphrase. My password is my passport. That has a capital letter. It has special characters with the blank spaces in between the words and the period at the end. It's probably a 50-character password. And more importantly, for my Aunt Dorothea, it's incredibly easy to remember versus some, string of random characters, right? My name is my passphrase. Verify me, TechGrunt. So, yeah, you should definitely be pushing and educating your workforce on passphrases. Remember, in order for people to adopt good cyber hygiene, and don't you dare say sci-hi. Oh, for people to adopt good cyber hygiene. Oh, Marcus Kyler. Oh! Listen, for people to adopt good cyber hygiene, you have to make it desirable for them. You have to make it easy. You have to make it better than the existing option. Passphrases are phenomenal. They're easy to remember. That's the biggest challenge people have with passwords. They're difficult to remember. Give them a passphrase. Definitely do that. The one uphill battle we have as a community. Oh, you guys. Alpha Sierra. Brews and Hacks. I'm going to see you soon, Rye. Listen. You guys just buffer overflowed my brain. I don't even remember what I was saying. Passphrases are easy to remember. Passwords are difficult. Oh, here's the deal. Unfortunately, the term password has been etched in stone in our industry. So it's very difficult to unseat the incumbent password as the right word. But you need to start using the word passphrase. Do not refer to a passphrase as a password. It's going to take years. It's like making GRC cool, okay? We have to start using the term passphrase, okay? Just like cybersecurity really should be called cyber resiliency, but no one's going to buy that book. All right. We did it. We did a thing, everybody. All right, y'all. We straight crushed it like a bunch of bosses. Good morning, Wade Wells. We crushed it like a bunch of bosses, guys. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. This is October 27th, 2025. Episode 992 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. It was an absolute pleasure to serve. I'm excited. We're off and running on a week. Don't go anywhere because guess what? We're doing some jaw jacking. I left my glasses in the house. Damn it. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I'll see you in a second. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking. All right, what's up, friends? I'm your host, Jerry Guy, sans glasses. Listen, I did a lot of paper magic this weekend, like a lot of paper magic. And I'm being real, guys. I had to get my glasses because the text on the cards is so small. Be good, Marquette. Tom Marquette. So Cyber Minion says, where do we get our CPEs? You just got them. If you attend the daily cyber threat brief, that's instructor-led webinar, because I'm qualified to be a cyber instructor. And all you got to do, Cyber Minion, is keep track of how many episodes you attended. Ideally, take a screenshot with your name here, Cyber Minion, showing that you're here in case you get audited. Yes. Spoiler alert. It's always been me. It's always been me. All right, guys. How's everyone doing? I hope you are doing well. Shout out to James O'Quigan at 35,000 feet, the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. We got Halloween around the corner. If you'd love to drop it in chat, let me know what your kids are dressing up like for Halloween. If you got a question, put it in chat with a Q. I see Felipe dropping a question in chat. Here we go. Felipe says, any tips to get into identity and access management? IAM, identity and access management. Yes, absolutely. Now, for what it's worth, IAM is cyber adjacent, right? I mean, you can work inside it. Depending on how big your organization is, you can have IAM as its own independent group. Part of that is because of provisioning, right? Like think about like a massive application like Epic, which is used quite popularly in large healthcare institutions. When you get access to Epic, right? You could be a nurse, you could be a provider, you could be billing, you could be rev cycle people, you could be a researcher, you could be Epic proper, right? There's tons of different roles, and all those roles have different access to different things, right? So that's part of identity and access management. It's not just you have an AD account. Are you domain admin? Yes, no. Right. So anyways, I wanted to qualify that. So IAM could possibly be not cybersecurity, just so you know. As far as IAM, I would recommend standing up AD, right? Active Directory, or getting a, I don't know, DJ BSEC. Are there free tiers of Azure and Entra ID? So Azure Active Directory is called Entra ID now, but play with those things, get access to those, work on provisioning, get used to Active Directory users and computers and roles and stuff like that. Basically, my suggestion to you, Philippe, is to start playing with the things that large businesses use and get familiar with that. Also, if you want to, SailPoint is a very popular, robust, enterprise-grade identity and access management solution. You're definitely not going to get access to like a free tier of that. But SailPoint, here, let's actually do it together. SailPoint may have training, right? A lot of the software vendors want people to get trained up. Here we go. Register for free. Training. I mean, this is what I would do. Like, I would get some training on these enterprise solutions, because then you could put in your resume that you have SailPoint, or you can just drop that in a conversation, right? I don't know if these are free or not, but this is what I would do. It's probably free, honestly, because, like I said, they want you to know how to use SailPoint. All right, good question. Thank you, and best wishes. All right, hold on. It's just me in the studio right now, so I'm going to scrub back and then start flagging questions with cues. So give me a minute. All right, hold on 1 second. Chuck Sapp's in here. If you didn't know, Chuck Sapp is part of the team behind the Simply Cyber newsletter that comes out every Monday. So if you enjoyed that today, you can thank Chuck Sapp. Great guy, wonderful guy. I love myself some Chuck Sapp. Chuck, did Shankar get back? Did you guys have a conversation? I'm flagging questions right now, so just give me a second. A lot of questions today. I love it, guys. Thank you for making jaw-jacking such a great scene. And for those who don't know, if you're here and you're like, what the hell are we doing? This is jaw-jacking. It's a 30-minute AMA. You put questions in chat, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Here we go. What's your Halloween costume? I'm trying to get Mrs. Auger to be, I wanted to be Fred and have her be Daphne from Scooby-Doo. But there hasn't been much traction on that. So I don't have a Halloween costume yet. Cyber Riskwitch. We'll see. There is a show on Friday, so maybe I'll dress up. If you had time to use N8N and automate tasks, what tasks do you think would save you the most time overall? I desperately want to use N8N. I do want to automate tasks. I think it would be nice to use N8N to go through my email and then pull out action items. I get a lot of email. I have multiple email accounts. I'm the person that responds to students at Simply Cyber Academy, right? So I had a student this morning message me, needed a receipt for a course she bought. That goes to me. And I don't even know why actually just talking about it, I wish I could make an N8N that would respond to common FAQ emails from students and answer those questions. That's what I would do. Chuck Sapp says, can we do retro themes per episode? 1970, 2000, when those episodes drop. That would be so much fun. Oh my God. Chuck Sapp, are you saying episode 1970? Bro. That makes me tired. I do like the idea of retro themes, though. We'll have to figure it out, Chuck Sapp. Taekwon says, how challenging has it been to create your own cybersecurity employment? I guess you're saying, how hard has it been to create my own business? It's not easy, right? It's funny you say that. I actually had someone reach out to me. Last week wanting to get on a call to talk about, she's thinking about starting her own business and she wanted to talk. Maybe it would be completely separate from Simply Cyber, right? Because Simply Cyber is designed for helping people level up in cybersecurity, not run a business. But maybe, I can't even believe I'm suggesting this, but create another channel or another thing, just talking about running a business and starting a small business and all the challenges of small business. I've been running Simply Cyber full time for 2.5 years now. And I've had a business since 2016. It is hard. It's hard, guys. A lot of people look at it and they're like, oh, what's the big deal? Especially consulting, you got to get sales. You got to make sure people get paid. I have to pay taxes quarterly. I have a business guy. I have to get on sales calls. I work all the time, right? You can't just punch out at 5 because guess what? It's you. It's just you. I will tell you, obviously, I love being the CEO. I love, not because I'm power hungry and I'm so much power. I like it because every ounce of energy I put into it is building something for my family. So I do enjoy that. Getting sales is hard. Is a clip of Jerry saying your name on stream proof of attendance for a CPE? Sure. I'd say yes. Did you already release the video you did on passkeys? Yeah, I did. Me and Ryan. Here, let me show you. Give me 1 second. Can't have you guys looking behind the curtain here. By the way, has anyone been catching the the work I've been doing with Cisco? Cybersecurity Awareness Month. I did an entire month of content with Cisco. Every single day I release something. This right here is the video I did. This is Brews and Hacks right here, Ryan. And passwords versus passkeys. I'm going to drop a video to it at Dennis Keith. Thanks for asking. How much could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck a pen test or network made of wood? Quite a bit. Oh, I just got lightheaded. Is having a GitHub profile or projects necessary to move up the career ladder? No, it's not necessary. It can help. It can't hurt. It can help. It's not necessary. You mentioned reusing talks at different conferences. How do you do that when most CFPs ask if the talk has ever been given previously? They seem to want one-offs and unique talks. So Elliot, are you saying, I mean, okay, let's play the game, right? The talk I'm giving this week, I gave at SC Kick. So Deb and Grady, Rhonda Rummerfield, already saw the talk that I gave on supply chain security a couple weeks ago, right? Now, I have modified the deck, okay? Because I only, it was like a 60-minute talk, and I've ripped a bunch of stuff out because now it's a 20-minute talk, okay? That's technically a different talk, right? So, I mean, if you want to play the game, you could say it's a different talk, right? But yeah, CFPs call for papers. They will ask if you've given the talk before. You can, ethically and honestly, you can say it's a different talk if you make modifications to it. But I would say, I don't think it's a deal breaker if you've given the talk before. I mean, as someone like, ask James McQuiggan, he gives the same, like James has like a couple talks he does, and he does like a tour of them. He's always at conferences, right? I've never heard anyone say like, oh, your application was declined because you've already given this talk somewhere else. So I don't know how much gravity they put or how much weight they put into that, Elliot. But again, technically you can change the talk and it's a new talk. I gave my Game of Thrones talk a few times. Kathy Chambers is here. Got a big week for Kathy Chambers. Gonna see her in person. See, Losec Luke knows the game 4 times in 2 weeks. All right, what's up, Wade Wells? Good to see you, dude. Let's see. How is the vulnerability management course coming along? When do you anticipate it will be ready, Nikos? Oh man, it's coming. I hope it's done before I take my vacation. In fact, that would be my desire, would be to get it published before I go on vacation for those 2 weeks. Of course, that's kind of a bad move because as soon as I publish it, there's probably going to be students with questions and I won't be available. But it's not, I probably filmed like 10 hours of lectures. I have the raw video. I just have to clean it up. And then I have to make the lab videos. That's all that's outstanding. But yeah, thank you, Nikos, for asking. I would love to do it. It's just, honestly, the conference has been kicking my butt. And I'm finally on the backside of that. Like the conference is pretty much dialed in at this point. But Yeah. Fair question. If you have any questions, drop it in chat with a Q. Yeah, Rhonda saw me. I've never had that problem in my career. I've probably spoke, I don't know, over 100 times, right? Public speaking or whatever you want to call it. I have never, ever screwed up the time window. And I did it at SC Kick. Rhonda was there. I had a 60-minute talk. For some reason, I assumed it was a 60-minute window. And I started talking, and within 5 minutes, the woman in the back. So if you didn't know this, when you speak publicly, a lot of times the organization will have somebody in the back, right across from you in the way back, who holds up a sign that says how much time you have left to kind of keep you on schedule. So I started giving my 60-minute talk, and 5 minutes in, the woman holds up a 20 sign, and I'm like, and I did something very rare. I told everybody in the audience to put a pause on, like it was I was Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. I'm like, hold on one second. Woman in the back, is that accurate? 20 minutes? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, time in, right? And then I speed ran my talk. All right, here we go. Kathy Chambers, as many of you know, she announced it. This is her last week at Anti-Siphon, and then she's going to be a business owner. I mean, she's a business owner now, but she's about to go full throttle. Hey, you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Justin. He submitted a 1-hour talk on Warhammer. I know he's joking, but it's funny. So the quiet man says he was on a call. Where did you say I could hear the full talk given at SC Kick? I have not Okay, so the talk at SC Kick, I'm actually giving it this week twice, but it's in closed sessions, not public, and they won't be recorded. So I haven't given the SC Kick talk again, which is on supply chain security, quiet man. So sorry. I mean, I guess I could film it, but Alicia Grimm says, did you get enough clips for the 1,000 episodes yet? I don't know yet. I haven't looked at that yet. If you didn't know, this is actually a great opportunity to remind everyone. Thank you. All right. You know what? I only have 3 responses, which doesn't sound like a lot. I asked everybody if they would. I need help. So the 1,000th episode is coming up November 5th or 6th. And if you wanted to help, I was going to make a montage of people's favorite bits from the past 1,000 episodes. And I asked if you would to submit some here. I've got 3 submissions. So it sounds like the community understands and appreciates how difficult it is to do something big and special for the 1,000th episode when you have limited time. Chris Stevens asks if I've ever thought about taking on interns. I have not. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I barely have time to organize myself right now. Right now, I'm trying to get spun up on using a assistant, a virtual assistant, a real human, a virtual assistant. I'm trying to get that stood up. So, thank you, Sierra. Where can we find your awareness training content with Cisco, Mickey, OG? It's on LinkedIn, and it's on my Simply Cyber YouTube channel. Check it out. If you're interested, check this out. Go to Shorts. All of this is, everything with the pink background is Cisco. This is Cisco. This is Cisco. Cisco. This is Devin Grady. This is Cisco. This is the CISO at Cisco talking to me. Okay. The whole gig with it was cybersecurity awareness training in the age of AI. Week 1 was around end users in AI. Week 2 was around practitioners in AI. Week 3 was executives in AI. Week 4, this week right now, is around frameworks in AI.
Hey everyone, Gerald.
This woman right here, Kirsty, is awesome.
AI upskilling for cybersecurity practitioners. I'm joined by Kirsty.
So if you want to check it out, here you go.
Advisor at Splunk. Let's dive in. Kirsty, what AI skills should every cybersecurity professional learn in the next 6 months and why?
What skills should you learn in AI in the next 6 months for a cybersecurity professional? You want to know? Prompt engineering is so 2023.
I think that's like learning the alphabet. So I'm going to say in 2025, you should really be more in the R&D phase, working out where and how AI actually fits in your workflows, and model literacy.
Model literacy is where you should be. And if you don't know what model literacy is, this is why you should be checking this content out. On top of that, I actually have some really, I think really, yeah, I did the pink. I chose that pink. I actually also did some really fun content, not just video shorts, but check this out. One second. I'm like looking at my stuff right here. Hold on one second. Hold on. Oh yeah. As far as business owners go, I'm a director of strategy at KairoSec too. So kind of a vested partner in a pen testing company with the black hoodie on, Tyler Ramsby. Yeah, I want to show you this. God damn. This performs really well. One second. Here we go. Look at these PDFs right here. You guys seen these? These perform really well. So I did these as well for cybersecurity awareness. 7 AI skills every cyber pro needs. This is related to those talks I did with Kirsty. Okay. All right, continuing. All right. Continuing to look here. Felipe says, is getting an IT support role worth it to get into IAM? Maybe. I mean, it doesn't directly align with IAM, but it's in the same church. It's in the same church. It's just, a different pew, if that makes sense, right? You're in the right building. It's just not exactly the IAM room, right? Again, I love analogies to make points. So I think getting an IT support role would be good in general, right? For cyber or IT, right? Get access and then pivot from within there. Yeah, Chris, interns, I haven't really put much thought into it. Here's the thing. If I'm going to do something, I'm not going to do it haphazardly. I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm running internships, get 5 interns, and then, be like, oh, like, just do whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do it if I'm going to do it. Can you clip all the times you said hack Phil Stafford? There's a link to upload those clips. LeGrot, there is instructions in that Google form explaining how to submit the clips. And I'll just show you really quickly. If you look on YouTube, right, basically every video has the ability to do a clip. These passwords, people create weak ones. They rely on password managers, which is awesome, but they... One second. See this create clip right here? So you can clip it however you want. And then...
Listen, before we get into the video, Ryan
Jerry's
had a little bit of
favorite
issues with his video. His
part,
audio is crispy, but his video's a little choppy.
Jerry's favorite part, and then you can hit share clip, and then you only get that little snippet that you can that the link goes just to that snippet. That's how to do it. Okay. All right. Question: What fields in cyber would you say involve programming? I have an InfoSec internship over the summer that involved no coding, and I enjoyed it a ton. Did I miss the programming? No. Well, I got a couple answers here. You do not need to know how to program to work in cybersecurity. You don't need to know how to program to work in IT. It helps. It certainly doesn't hurt. GRC doesn't really require programming at this time, although if you saw my talk with AJ Yan, GRC is turning into GRC engineering, and programming like scripted will be valuable in the next couple of years. You'll have to know how to do it. So you don't need to know how to program. It certainly doesn't hurt. If I were you, I would take like a basic crash course on Python or a crash course in PowerShell and just learn a little bit. Once you learn about like condition loops and variables and functions, you'll be good to go. Also, Daniel, Bruce, and everybody in chat who's listening, make it like a case study. Like write a program that does something, like opens a Excel file and parses through the entries in the file, and then, I don't know, like does something with it, and then writes it back to the file, right? Like do something, some functional thing. Don't just like learn what a variable is. All right. Justin said my favorite part is when I drop F-bombs because Children's Hospital is getting attacked. Yeah, it's gross. How about those Patriots yesterday? Am I right? I'm hiring for our GRC team next year with a full year to find someone. What are some unconventional channels, communities, or tactics to connect with or find candidates? Medium-sized company. I would go to your local B-Sides conference and talk to people. Oh, Tech Ricky says that TCM Security has a free programming 101 course. There you go, Daniel Bruce. Thanks, Tech Ricky. I would go to a B-Sides conference. I mean, you have a full year. Here's what I would do. I would talk to people and not let them know that you're looking to hire. Let people reveal it themselves, right? Like their passion will come out. A year to hire, dude. That's wow. Alicia says she loves all the shows. Rocky Mall moments would be cool. Yeah, that would be very cool. What do you think is more important, having a system or motivation? Motivation. People change systems all the time. You can have a great system, but if you're unmotivated, the system does nothing. If you have no system and you're motivated, you can plow through something. I do it all the time. I tell you what, I work hard, not smart. I wish I worked smart. I wish I did. I'm getting better at it, but I'm an example of what just sheer force and desire can do. So I'm all about that. Daniel Bruce says he's a computer science student, wants to code in the career, wasn't sure which part's cyber involved. I mean, if you're offensive, you can write scripts to do things to help you, move quicker and attack faster. If you are a SOC analyst, I mean, you might get a piece of malware and you want to look at it to analyze it. If you don't know how to program, you don't know how to read code, right? GRC people, when it comes to GRC engineering, you're going to want to write scripts that can query environments and pull down data so you can audit it. I mean, if you're a computer science student, you should absolutely be taught how to program. So you'll be good. Daniel Bruce, I was a computer science, or I have a computer science degree. I actually have two. Spoiler! I have a master's and a bachelor's in computer science, but I was a software engineer before I found my true passion for cybersecurity. Overlook 80 says, Dr. Auger, you do a great job building culture. Any advice for a new manager to create good culture? Yeah, Overlook 80. What I would say is talk to your people. I know that sounds so simple. Actually talk to them. How's it going? Here's my thing as a manager, right? And I'll credit Gary V for this. I mean, you don't have to be as high energy as Gary V, but I heard Gary V say this and I believe it. Dude, the people that work for you most likely want to do good work. Your job as a manager should be to enable them to do good work, not to feel like you're their ruler, right? Remember, sometimes compensation isn't coming money, right? Like, I'll give you an example, right? Like, let's say you have an employee that has a long distance girlfriend or boyfriend, right? They moved. I did this from Mrs. Auger before we got married. I moved from Massachusetts, where I was with my wife, girlfriend at the time, and I moved to Washington, D.C. because I needed to do it for my career. I could see the writing on the wall. I needed to go to Washington, D.C. in order to work for a Big Four consulting firm for the U.S. federal government at the Pentagon, because I knew it was going to unlock a load of opportunity for me, which means I'd be able to provide for my wife when I got married. You know what I mean? Like, I had a plan. Okay. So do you know what would have been really valuable to me? 10-hour workdays and getting Fridays off. 3-day weekends would have been worth more to me than an extra $2,000 of salary. You'd still get the same work from me, but then I could be with my girlfriend, now wife, more, which is why I want like what I want. Okay. So just listen to your people, figure out what motivates them, figure out where their friction pain points are, right? Sometimes you can't solve the problems, and sometimes they're not honest. I was managing someone who was in a really tough spot, right? She was like getting grinded. And I said, what do you want to do? And she said, I want to work from the beach. I said, all right, I'll get you a Wi-Fi mobile hotspot. I'll get you a laptop, go down to Folly and work at the beach. I'll do that for you. And then she was like, well, I mean, I don't want to work when I'm at the beach. I'm like, well, okay, then what you just asked for is not what you actually want. You just don't want to work. You want to be at the beach. I mean, we can figure something out, but at the end of the day, your work's got to get done, right? That's what we're doing here. So anyways, listen to your people. That's what I would say. Kathy Chambers, we do have to connect. I thought about it this weekend. There is a critical gap that we have to address. Triple D says, good morning to Mrs. Auger. Chimera Gonzalez, 26-month member. Holla.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Simply Cyber Rates. I hope you're all having, and we'll have a great Monday. Thank you, Chimera. Hope to meet you at a conference sometime, Chimera. Chimera Gonzalez. See, I don't even know if I'm saying your name correctly. I hope I am. All right, we are all caught up on chat. If you have any questions, drop them in chat. I'm super excited. We got Daily Cyber Threat Brief tomorrow, episode 993. We've got Simply CyberCon coming up this weekend. Oh, I have an opportunity. Listen to me. I guess this is why you stay for the end, okay? Listen to me, please. I have an amazing opportunity. I can't believe I forgot about this. Mashal Khan's OSINT training is this Sunday at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It is his OSINT training. You will learn OSINT and how to do it incredibly well from one of the leaders in the space. Dennis Keefe knows what I'm talking about, okay? Check this out. We only sold training to 3 students for his OSINT training. Michelle texted me and said, I want 10 students, Jerry. Do whatever you have to. Pay what you can. Reduce rates, 50% off, okay? So, the training is $800. $400 goes to support the conference. $400 goes to Michelle. If you are coming into town and you would like to take Michelle Khan's OSINT training, if you're available for that Sunday, or you want to rearrange your schedule and come in, hit me up on Discord. We will make it work. I told Michelle I would get 10 students in that class. If you purchased at the full price, Michelle is actually going to give you, those 3 students are actually going to get some gifts from Michelle for signing up. But everyone else who will not get the gifts, but they'll get the OSINT training at a reduced rate. So please connect with me on Discord if you would like to basically take Michelle's training, and we will figure out either pay what you can or $100 or something like that. But I told him I would try to get that class filled. I'm going to stop at 10 so that it is limited. It is limited, so act now. Ooh, we got the CTF this week. So if you didn't know, Simply Cyber hosts a monthly Capture the Flag event for community members. And this Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m. only is the CTF. If you win the CTF, you get a black badge roll on Discord. It's the only way to get the black badge roll is to win a Simply Cyber CTF. And you get a $100 Amazon gift card. Second place is a $50 Amazon gift card. Third place is a $25 Amazon gift card. All right. All right. Go connect with @Pwner Joe, PWNER Joe, in chat or on Discord, and he will help you. Justin says he might be able to budget. Justin, it would be great to have you. Again, connect with me on Discord. I want to fill this up for Michelle. He asked for it. I'm happy to do it. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, I mean, I didn't promote this, but this should not be the driving. Whoops, you get to see my calendar. This should not be the driving force on why you sign up. But everybody that signs up, I'm buying lunch for. And lunch is from this place, Bon Bon Me. It's an awesome Vietnamese joint. So if you sign up, you get a free lunch too, and you get access to the Simply CyberCon. So free lunch. I recommend the 9-inch toasted baguette Bon Me with 5-spice pork. If you can handle it, it's delicious. But yeah, I'm very happy to not just provide you lunch. I'm literally going to be the one who goes and buys it and brings it to you. Unless I get a volunteer. Did someone mention interns earlier? I jest. All right, guys. Tech Grunt says he volunteers for tribute. Tech Grunt, let me know. Are you going to be in Charleston, Tech Grunt? Mad Destroyer. I'm thinking of like local Charleston people. Hey, by the way, guys, you get first crack at this. Connect with me today in Discord to get this sorted out, because I'm going to open this up to the Charleston Tech Slack server for locals, and I guarantee you it's going to crush after that. So giddy up on that. All right, guys. We got to go. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so very much, Kathy. We got to connect a little later, maybe at lunch or something. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. You guys are all amazing. Okay, cool. All right. Guys, be well. Tech Grunt, I got you. We'll get it sorted out. Oh, all right. Well, we got 2 people who are jumped in here. Awesome. All right. I'll connect with you guys. Thank you so very much. Be wonderful. Guys, keep crushing this friggin' community. All of you, you guys are awesome. I love it. I can't wait for tomorrow and ultimately to see many of you at Simply CyberCon. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time, Stay secure. See ya.